But to start off, this is a question that sort of came up for one discussion group, and perhaps it might be give us sort of a general context in which to work there, Father. In the sense of what does CRS mean, from your perspective, when it says that making a more just society is a way of peace building? Students can interpret a more just society as one that rights the wrongs or sets up a legal system that would fix the injustices. Can you offer any kind of clarity around that?
Yes, I think the responses on that issue were very interesting, and I think that they reflect the situation here. We have two types of justice perception, if I may put it that way. In the individualistic society, excuse me, justice is about righting wrongs. So if I am hurt, I get my head kind of dealt with, and somebody is punished, whoever is responsible is identified and dealt with. So that is like a kind of retributive justice. In the collectivistic societies, found mainly in traditional societies, the justice is more about restoration. And here, unfortunately, the individual doesn't count as much as the entire community. Now, when you look at the African context, the world comprises, in terms of human beings, the dead, the living, and the yet unborn. And this now interacts with heavenly principalities, God, the spirits, to keep a balance in the universe. Now, whenever violence or something bad happens to an individual, to a community, this balance is perceived to be disturbed. So justice in this context is about restoring the balance. So there are two different perceptions of justice here. Now, in the context of CRS, this is coming from the church's social teaching, where justice is looked at from the perspective of relationships. Just relationships. What are the systems of relationships that are existing in a community? What are the structures? You can have unjust structures, and if you are just people living with unjust structures, then there's bound to be injustice. So you have injustice in structures. To remedy that, you need to change the structures. You have injustice in relationships, and this can go way back in years. So when we talk about peace building as building a more just society, we are talking about a society where people have peace, a society where people can go about their duty without let or hindrance, a society where the systems support people and people support one another. So it's more of a holistic approach to justice than just identifying an individual who has been hurt, figuring out which law has been broken, and giving the punishment. It's about rebuilding relationships. So that's why it's more of a comprehensive approach to the whole justice issue and to the issue of relationships.